Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. Today we're going to be discussing marginal return on sales analysis, TV advertising edition. This project uses differential calculus to analyze a tire manufacturer's advertising spendings across two different regions. The team members are Ashley Gonzalez, Sebastián Peralta, and Giovanni Fanini. You're probably wondering, what is this problem about? Well, let me explain you. The tire manufacturer is investigating the effectiveness of its television advertising and other promotional activities on the sales of its Gripper brand tires. The company has gathered data from two different regions, where expenditures from other promotions were kept constant, and has formulated quadratic equations to represent the relationship between TV advertising expenditures and sales revenue in each region. The primary goal is to determine the optimal allocation of advertising dollars to maximize the sales revenue. So here we have the marginal return results. To calculate, we have to find the derivative of both functions, S1 and S2. As you can see here, the derivative of S1, which represents the marginal return, is 18 minus x, and the derivative of S2 is 34 minus 2.4x. Thank you.
So now let's see what is the marginal return when the company uses $11 million on TV advertising. So as you can see in region 1, we get 7 as our marginal return. This means that for every extra million dollars generated, that generated 7 million sales. So in region 2, you can see that our marginal return is 7.6. So this means that region 2 is generating a higher additional sales than region 1 using the same amount of money.
As Sebastian said, the region that will benefit more from additional advertising expenditure is the second region, just because the 7.6 is bigger than 7, which represents both marginal return results. Okay, so here we tried to determine the optimal allocation of additional funds. To do this, we looked at the marginal return in sales when more than $11 million was invested in for each region. So we did it with 11 million, 12 million, and 13 million. And as we can see, as we add money, the less return from that money we're going to be receiving. After the first 11 million, the rate of return for region 1 is always higher than region 2. So we can determine that if any additional money is made available, it should definitely go towards region 1. So here we have a graph that includes both functions as well as their derivatives. I really like this graph because it shows us that the marginal return for the first region decreases slower than the marginal return for the second region. This is why at $11 million, the marginal return of the first region is actually higher than the marginal return of the second region, even though before 11 it's the contrary. So to find out how to reallocate the current advertising expenditures, I actually did a table that tells us how much revenue the company is going to get depending of how much is invested in each region. And we can see that when $10.8 million is invested in the first region and 11.2 is invested in the second one, the total revenue is $420.352 million, which is the highest that is there on the table. So we can assume that approximately $10.8 million should be invested in the first region and $11.2 million in the second region, which basically means to transfer $200,000 from the first to the second region.
We recommend redistributing the advertising budget to Region 1, following the first expenditure level to maximize total sales income. If revenue growth is consistently tracked and other promotional tactics are investigated, areas that are less open to television advertising may see higher returns. Through the implementation of these ideas, the tire manufacturer may enhance its advertising strategy, resulting in improved market share and sales performance, all while efficiently allocating financial resources across all segments. We conclude that our initial findings show that Region 2 had a higher marginal return of 7.6 compared to Region 1's that had 7 at $11 million expenditure level. Further investments in Region 2 might improve sales performance due to its higher initial marginal return. And finally, diminishing returns indicated that as advertising expenditure increased, Region 1 would become more favorable for further investments beyond the $11 million level.